Hey everybody, this is Connie with the Artisan Company. Welcome back to the channel. Oh my, I am so glad to be here right now today. Oh, you would not believe what kind of um, week we've had. My husband and I have been helping to remodel our worship center um, for the last 9 weeks, and we finished that. We had a great celebration on Sunday, and Monday morning at 6 a.m., our pastor had a heart event. And so this was this past week. And so Ken and I were scrambling when we got the message on our phone, trying to get to the hospital and la la la. So anyway, so we've been managing things along with a handful of other people. We've been managing things while he's been in the hospital. He goes home. He went home yesterday, and we're so glad he's okay. And so all is good. But I am really grateful to be back in the saddle today because I wasn't sure I was going to get a video done, but my husband said, "Yes, go for it." So let's see what we got to have to get started. Okay, I'm going to do this one in Sodalite. Oh my goodness. You remember the Sodalite beads that I bought from Teja Beads and from not Fire Mountain, Stones and Silver? Well, these were the ones from Teja Beads, and this is a matte flake sodalite. So it's got a little more white in it, you can see right there. And then look at all these dark ones. Oh my goodness. This is such a beautiful stone. They did have these available when I looked the other day. So yes, these are available. They're 8 millimeter. So I've got some of those. And then remember, I got these. I showed you these from Stones and Silver the other day. And oh my goodness, this is a 7 by 12 millimeter sodalite barrel. Is this not gorgeous? Wow. So we're going to be using those. Then you will need some 11.0 seed beads of some kind. And these are my Yuki Shoji delicas. They are bright copper. I got these at Fire Mountain. And yeah, they're really, really beautiful, beautiful seed beads. And so I got some of those. You will need a beautiful clasp, and I'm using this hammered S clasp, and it's not a bright silver. It's more of a nickel silver. I thought it was or German silver look. It's so beautiful, and I loved it. And I thought that's a little more of what I need. You'll obviously need some crimps and crimp covers, or however you're going to finish off your necklace. I've got these two beads. They're called finishing beads. That's my terminology for them. And that's just the last bead you put on before I put on my crimp and my clasp. Just gives it a more finished professional look. And I'm going to use copper. And then I also have some 5 millimeter little bead caps. You do not have to use these, but hey, these little 5 millimeter bead caps are just going to bring a little bit of light. It's copper and it's going to bring a little sliver of light. You can use a bigger bead cap depending on the size of your beads. I could have probably used a 6 to 8 millimeter bead cap on this, but I just wanted a touch of light, not a ton of light. And then the last thing is I'm using AccuFlex beading wire. It's a medium 49 strand. I got this at Fire Mountain. You can get it on Amazon, I'm sure too, but this is what I'm using. And the bead caps I got on Amazon. You can also get those at Fire Mountain. Okay, whoa, let's get started. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a very simple, this is going to be about a 17-inch roughly. 16 would be beautiful as well, and so would an 18, but I'm going to go in between and do roughly 17. And so the the pattern we're going to work on today is ultra simple, but it's not predictable. Now, what I did was I went ahead and laid out my beads because I wanted to pick this is just my thing. I wanted to pick the choicest beads for the front. And so I had 14 of these barrels. So I took one out so that I would have the main color right in the front. So that would be this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's this one right here is the center. And then I did some colors that were kind of had a little matrix in them there, a little more blue, little it gets lighter as we go. You can see these get lighter as we go. And then I alternated in here the flake sodalite in between these. Now, the pattern will not be this. It's going to be it will be a pattern that's consistent all the way around, but it's not going to be an alternating like this stone, this stone, this one, this one. It's not going to be that. So let's get started. Woohoo, I'm so excited. All right, I'm going to start with the center bead just for ease of working so you don't have to count so much. You can start on this side and work around, or this side and work around. That's okay. For me, it's easier to start in the middle and work one side because you don't have to count so much and go, oh, where was I in that? Where was I in that? And by working in the middle out, if you make a mistake, it's less to have to undo. So, anyway, so the middle bead right here, we are going to flank that middle bead on both sides with a bead cap, a small bead cap, because it is the center. And when it starts out going this way, the cap will be in the right place as well as this side. All right, so here we go. We've got the center one with the bead cap, and we'll try to keep this right here in the middle. All right, the next thing we're doing is one of the little 11.0 seed beads. I'm going to do that one. Then you're going to do the snowflake or the flake sodalite. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the chunky one and put it right smack up against that rondelle shape, like that. Then you're going to only cap the top of this one. And you're only going to cap the top of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Only the top. Now, this is a design choice. If you want to come back and you want to cap both sides of these, that is your choice. It depends on how much light you want in it. And I just want slivers of light. I don't want a lot of light because I've also got this too, and it brings a little light in. So that is a design choice. You can play with it and decide what you like, but we're going to go with this route right now. Okay, so I've got another bead cap on the top there. Oh, my nose is itching. Ah. Oops. And then we got a seed bead going on right there. Then you got the sodalite, that is the snowflake. Then you got the beryl right on top of that. And then you've got a bead cap on top of that beryl. Another one of these. Another one of these. And then one of these. And let's look at the pattern here so you can see it real well. All right. Make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Okay, so there's your pattern. Is that not gorgeous? Different too. It leaves a little more space in the middle of different sections instead of it just being your alternating, which is predictable. So it makes each piece a statement. Each piece has its own little statement where both of them are together, making one statement. Okay, so there's what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and finish this side and then come back and do the other side, and then I'll get back with you. Oh, I'm so excited. These are so beautiful, guys. So beautiful. Okay, so I've gotten that little section done, and let's just look at it here. Oh my goodness, guys, look how beautiful. Oh my. Something different than just alternating, although alternating is absolutely beautiful, especially if you've got stunning stones to make statements with. But these little stunning stones, we decided to do something different. So you can see we start in the middle here, flank that, came up, and each little section like this is its own thing, and each little section can make those two stones shine. So you can either when you're looking at it, you can either see each little individual section or you can see the whole. So both, it accents both ways, in other words. Okay, so now that we've got that part done, the next thing we're going to do is this top up here, and let's get rolling. I wanted to show you the difference in how you can do something here. This was a pretty simple way of doing it. Let me move these out of the way just so you can see a little better. Okay, so this is the first side. The first side I did, as you can see, we stopped the end here, and then I started with the rondelles all the way up. And if you'll notice, I put a little tiny seed bead of copper in between each one of those, and to separate them out because I wanted each bead to make its own statement. I did not put a seed bead between these two because I wanted it to just look like a continuation of the strand. So you can do it this way, or you can do it this way. And what I did with this side, and I put a little tiny seed bead right here on top of that cap. You can see it right there. And then I just stacked the rondelles. I just stacked them right on top of each other for one big solid wall of color. You can also do it that way. It just depends on what your design choice is. Neither one of these are wrong. You can do them either any way. It's just really, what do you really like, and how does the stone show? That's kind of what I look for, is how does it make the stone show? And so for me, this is beautiful, but for me, I like this one, this side a little better. I like the little separation in the stones because it makes the stone show better in my personal view. But everybody sees things differently. Everybody has different ideas. So you do it the way you want to do it. But I wanted to show you the difference in what it looks like so you can kind of see it side by side. All right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish this side, and I'm going to make this side match that one, and then we'll see from there. All righty, people, we're at the end of this. I just want to show you where we were going. I went ahead and did this side of the clasp to expedite time, but oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Is this not gorgeous? Ah, so excited about it. I'm going to put this last crimp on here. And this particular crimp is a tube crimp, as you can see. And so I've got videos for this that you can go and purchase to watch all these construction type things. But I'll just put this one on just so you can see. Take your wire, you push it into the tube like that. Then you put your clasp on and you loop that wire, so it should look like that. And then you're going to loop that wire back through the crimp. So it should look like this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, there's the end of it. I pulled it back through the crimp like that. I'm going to pull it down to the finishing bead or the end bead there. Now, this is a mistake a lot of people make. Don't you make it. Don't you make it. Anyway, they pull this part of the wire right here, they pull it too tight where the clasp here is right up next to that crimp, and it can't move. It's like putting on too tight blue jeans. Anyway, so leave some room where your clasp can breathe. All right. Okay. Then you're going to get your crimp tool, and notice on the crimp tool, I don't know if you can see this or not, but you have all these little ridges right in here. Okay, all these little ridges in here. I'm sure you've seen them on there. All these little ridges right in here. You're going, what the heck is that for? Okay, the back one here, this one that's the deepest, it'll have a little crevice there, and then it'll have a little notch in this side over here. That is to flatten the crimp and to put what I would call a groove in it. Okay, so you're going to put the crimp. Let me make sure I don't have any space back here. So I'll make sure I have everything spaced right where I don't have gaps. You're going to put your tube crimp in the back part of that little crimp tool there, in the back, not on the front, in the back. Set that crimp down inside there, and then you're going to mash it really hard. Okay. And if you can see, there's a little groove in there right there. So you've kind of made a little dip right there. Now, you're not done. Okay, this is another mistake that everybody makes. You're not done. You've got to fold this little puppy in half. So if you leave it like this, your wire is going to come out of there. So you've got to fold this little guy. That's what the front of the tool is for. So you're going to balance your crimp right here in this front part of the tool, and then you'll mash it. Hopefully it won't turn. These are stainless steel crimps, and so sometimes they turn on me, but this one didn't. All right, hallelujah. Mash this just a little tighter there on the end. All right, so if you can see that, it's folded over now. So you no longer have the groove. You've taken each side and you've mashed them together right there. That means your crimp is complete. Okay, it's complete. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run this excess wire back through here a little ways as far as I can get, and I'll be back. Okay, I've got that wire run back through. Now this is a crimp cover. It looks like a little Pac-Man. And this is just one way to do an ending on something. This is the most common way that I do things. It's not that difficult, and you do what you like. You do the type of finish offs that you like. Okay, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. There are plethora of ways to do things, but anyway, I'm using a crimp cover because it looks like another bead. It just looks like another little bead once you get it on. It looks like a Pac-Man. You're going to take it, slide it over the top of that crimp you just put on, and then you're going to very, very slowly and very, very gently close it up. Do not get in a hurry doing this, because when you do that and you close it too fast, it goes whoppy jaw on you, and then you're trying to figure out how to straighten it up. So just go very slow. Jewelry is not um, a hare or rabbit type thing to do. You're more of a tortoise if you're a jeweler, because things take time, and take your time. Be a tortoise when it comes to doing jewelry. Don't try to be a hare. You'll make a mistake. All right, you're just going to close that up where both sides meet and turn it. Don't just close it and then say, okay, I'm done. Turn it like this and look at it. Just really look at it. And tweak it accordingly. And it doesn't take much, just a ever so slight uh, mash to it. All right, and run your finger over it. Make sure that nothing is grabbing. Oh my goodness, y'all, we are done. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys, this is stunning. This stone, I'm telling you, both companies have beautiful, beautiful stones, and you're not going to go wrong by purchasing from either one of these companies, Stones and Silver or Teja Beads. And yeah, but look at this. Oh my guys. Oh my goodness. This is just stunning. I'm so excited. All right, so you can do this with any bead you've got. It doesn't have to be the Sodalite. If you have barrel beads, you're going, what the heck? This is a great idea. You don't have to use the rondelle shape, which is kind of the flat shape. You can do a perfectly round bead in here. It's the options are endless. Make it yours. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.